Commissioner Roach?
Here.
Commissioner Haynes?
Here.
Mr. Bowers?
Here.
Commissioner Hadden?
Here.
Mayor May?
Here we do have a quorum present. First item on the agenda is a resolution authorizing a memorandum agreement with the Department of Local Government for flood insurance, flood inundation study, and authorize the mayor to sign all related documents. Are there any questions on this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Roach to approve, second by Commissioner Haynes. Any discussion? Seeing none, clerk please call the roll.
Commissioner Roach?
Yes.
Commissioner Haynes?
Yes.
Commissioner Bowers?
Yes.
Commissioner Hadden?
Yes.
Mayor May?
Yes, item number 2 is passed. Next on the agenda is discussion of goals and parties. First, we'll turn over to City Manager Zissel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. What we have done, just a suggestion, and you can follow any procedure that you feel most comfortable with. But we ask the staff to put your goals. Basically, these are up to where we have 2 of them there, but where it said more information needed. We did not include those on your list, so a suggestion. We have magic markers there. If you've taken the time to kind of prioritize, whether you use 1 through 5,
Can I be
any other
purple?
numbering system, with 1 being most important, 5 being
There's no pink.
the least important. If you
Pink
want
doesn't
to
really
just
show
take
up, right?
5 or 10 minutes, you can just go up there and mark them as you will. We'll then calculate them out, and it will give us a very good feel of what the
Which color you
commission
want? Pink or? I'll
priorities
take blue,
are.
you can have orange.
If that's acceptable to the commission, you can do it in relatively short fashion. We'll calculate them, we'll put them together, we'll get it to you at the work session or the next meeting. Give the staff some idea of where we're going from here and how to allocate our time. That work?
So we get up, start labeling?
Yes, sir.
I can do that.
This orange is for Frankfort High, not to be confused with University of Tennessee. Frankfort High.
Yes.
Okay, so you want us to do 1 for the high priority.
Syracuse. High is 1, 5 is low, and anything in between. If you want to just mark each one, like I said, we'll tally
All of
them up.
them?
Yep.
On every one of them? Man, I was just, makes you really cut to the chase. Pick 10 and just move on, cut the rest. I hear it. Draw the tape. Never.
On the way.
I was just going to tell quick.
So I put the top. That's not this morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Already on it.
Oh, we're doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I appreciate it.
Like, why was it like they're over 1?
What's this, cis stack? I don't remember that. What's a cis staff and doing their jobs? I don't remember that.
Ramona, would you have any?
Providing resources, all the resources.
Well, okay, I got it.
It's kind of like a work climate thing, so.
It's got grading in it. But yeah, it's open to the you could fall into it, but you can't fall into it as soon as
This is kind of wild because I had lodged this one.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm kind of funny. Okay.
But good.
somebody took your chair.
It's okay. Ryan, give me my chair back.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try one if I get a 5 from you.
Trade you anything, though, May. I've heard about you.
You won't trade or you will?
Won't.
Yes.
Are we using this now, service orders? Are we using that still?
Steve?
Loose. No, that
Service
would
orders.
be Tom.
No.
That would be
I'm
Tom.
sorry, I was thinking purchase order. I'm sorry.
No.
I thought we had on healthcare. I thought we had
Well, that service
managed
was meant,
healthcare
to
costs.
keep everybody in.
Well, what's up there?
Y'all got structured health plan for
Same
new
with the
hires.
ones we used to use, right?
That was one too.
Yeah.
They were separate.
Okay.
Is there not another one on?
Rob, did you?
I could have missed it though.
Well,
Thank you, Special.
What is his name?
Ramona was saying, providing staff the resources that they need, whether it be education, professional training, equipment, what have you, to do their job.
You have to either put a 2 right there or a 1 right there to make it. It has to be either 2, 1, 2.
managed healthcare costs is on this list.
Meeting efficiency, I don't know. Ramona's meeting efficiency.
You need to confirm that.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Run meetings.
To run meetings, to have them quick,
Confirm that, okay.
you know, as quickly as our meetings here. Right.
It's the same as the other one, that's right.
And I gave
So,
Peterson
could we have that up there too?
Yeah, what do you want?
The,
letter concerning
managed
That
healthcare
doesn't
costs?
mean, it's right here.
Could we put it with that structured health plan for new hires?
We could certainly add this, however, I thought there was something in there about managing health.
It is on this sheet, but I don't see it on
It's
this
right
white
here.
sheet.
Managed healthcare costs.
Oh, it's up there already? My fault, thank
There
y'all.
it is, right there, fourth sheet over.
Okay.
Thanks, Alan.
She wrote them so she would remember quickly.
Y'all are smart.
No, we're not.
I guess I'll go back and look and see what I wrote.
I knew what you said, but I think I was under there. I think I'm the chief.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you need to put a 2
I'm all
in
right.
front
How
of
you
1.
doing?
Because the numbers,
Good.
you have to either put a 2 right there. So
I feel bad that
2,
you-
or you go to 1, 2, 1.
I feel bad that you're here.
Depends.
Tapes are running.
It's just a request.
Remember the
It's just a
tapes are
request.
running.
What do you want me to do?
The tapes are
That's it. You're
running.
gonna put.
Good thing you can definitely.
You're gonna put a 1 or 2. You gotta put your 2
Yes,
here.
there's a lot of ones.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything.
especially when you get all of
Because
it.
that way
High
it'll make
priority.
it front or back of the column.
That could be a little tough. We'll get some.
If you put a 3, you just put whatever.
Everything should have 5 numbers.
Should I get up there? Did I miss something?
No, you didn't. I just went back and looked at mine again, make sure I wrote the right number.
You did them all?
Since I just done it, didn't take too long.
I'll put your number in.
Huh?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
We can just say we already did it.
Right.
We already did.
The Frankfort Code of Ordinances, and what's the P?
Maintenance code.
Maintenance code.
Who is red? Who is red?
It's
Who
red on that?
cheated?
Did I have the same number?
I think so.
Homeless issues. Homeless issues, what about it? Are we in a?
Is that a problem we need to be involved
It is a
with?
problem. It's always.
Is it a priority with the commission to solve
What
it?
is it?
I did it again. I was looking ahead when you was talking about the two, and I voted twice on this.
Ah, well, I'm just trying to.
Well, these are consistent. The difference was a 2 and a 3.
Look out, Lois.
Vote early, vote often.
Is that a priority with the,
This is the Florida vote.
to develop low-income housing?
She's on these items that may need more information presented. How are we gonna handle those?
That was on the top one.
Tell us what you're looking for.
What color you? Katie?
purple leaf pink.
Yeah, then the homeless,
We don't do that. We don't
the
do
homeless
that.
issue
Done.
number two.
What about there?
Well, and then everybody's okay?
Yeah, so you're thinking that maybe when we're done today, we would go through and see what to do with those? Okay, that's what I was asking, so I just knew where to
Just give
go.
us some, yep, please, if you have some feedback.
So
what
when
you're
we
looking
finish,
for.
we can go through these. Okay.
And if one or two are accomplished or meeting your needs, then
You get into two business, or not a lot of business, it's services agreement with Medco 3000, Med 3000, and then we've got a business associate agreement. What's the difference? Do I need to look at both?
Don't we feel better
there
than
should be 5 numbers on every single.
There's not a mark them off.
a 6 well, Miss
Well,
County?
you need to fill in the blanks.
I see several with just 3.
It's Katie. I don't see purple. Down there.
Why do they want an amendment when we haven't even signed the first one? Usually you don't have an amendment. The first one has been signed, and then 6 months later, we said we didn't include that.
Is that the one that attached the amendment to?
What does it mean that the staff are doing a job?
Everybody says that. Resources.
In the back.
Providing education, providing equipment.
Providing the tools we need.
I thought we meant us.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know. It's like, I'm not gonna do
I think somebody go to the fire range.
I think it.
I just
you
went
question
shooting the other day, it was fun.
What do you shoot?
I don't shoot anything really, I just went to this gun range. We had, our church took us some men to,
So are you?
With the pistol ones.
we did pistols and rifles. It was fun.
Didn't they do that in the, I think they did that in Matthew or
There you go.
Mark.
They did.
Back and
They
remember
did.
right.
Well, you know, all the disciples had short swords.
There's precedent then for having weapons.
Apostles had short swords.
Having a celebration lunch to see that we met our goals.
Yeah.
Once they finish this, they're now.
It's all scriptural.
You know, it's interesting. I think you could do away with the requirement to have voter registration.
Creativity.
Because if you don't have to register your
Creative.
firearms, you certainly don't have to register to vote. That's an interesting,
That's a
interesting
good
comparison there.
good
Bill
logic.
won't do anything anyway. They put enough holes in it that the bill won't do
Good
anything to
idea.
speak of anyway.
Is it your idea?
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
Well, thanks.
Moves it right along.
Do we have?
Did you
No?
What we need to put it? Can we put it, or is it
Sure.
like to add? Can we?
We're going to stick it.
I prefer we did,
like the
but
coach
we'll
track.
see what everybody else says.
I don't mean to step on toes.
No, you're not, I'm just,
We talked about
Even the friends anyway, not me.
fairness, yes, not the commission, but fairness. Ordinance. You wanna?
I think they're 2 different issues though.
I think they're the same.
They're 2 different issues and they can become one, but
We talked about putting them up. My error, I did not ask that it be listed, so.
Well, that's because it's under the items that may need more information. But I'm just see what everybody wants to do. Or not.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. We talked about getting some gauge of opinion here, some
We were gonna
consensus,
discuss it today.
and whether or not it moves, doesn't move.
Correct.
Direction.
That's correct. That was, I'll have to say that is what I'm somewhat prepared for.
Well, that's my error for not mixing or not.
I would hope you'd just gotten really smart.
No chance.
On cough drops.
so I can be bouncing up and down.
You sound good.
I've started using this nose spray. It's really good.
Oh, no,
My main problem today is I started biking yesterday. I biked during the spring, summer, and fall. Of course, I haven't biked since the fall, so I can hardly walk. I went to out Old Frankfort High, and then
Yes.
over on the McCracken, and then Clifton.
McCracken?
You ever seen Clifton? That hill, it's like this. Went up Clifton.
Did you have to walk up there?
No,
You didn't?
I'm not gonna walk up anything, or I wouldn't do it. I've got, that's not my, I wouldn't, I'm too strong-willed for that, Katie. I'd break my leg or something.
The partnership with KSU, the monthly meetings, does that mean to have the city commission have monthly meetings with KSU or staff have monthly meetings with KSU?
I'm
It's
sorry,
like that second one.
Staff.
Staff have KSU?
Yes.
I wasn't here, so.
'Cause it
I think it's
Yeah.
you. I think it's you, and it's weekly.
It won't be a deal.
Monthly
Well,
meetings.
not that I don't want to, I just
And
like.
actually, I thought monthly was too often, but
Yeah.
some kind of way it got added on there, because originally we
Yeah,
was just
but-
talking.
Periodic would be a good
Talk
word.
to everybody.
Periodic would have been better.
Monthly, that what's the word?
That's something we can edit.
You gotta edit that way up, there, so
Yeah,
periodic.
just, yeah, put period. Regularly scheduled.
So I'm allowed to do that.
Well, would anybody have
Yeah,
any,
we have-
would anybody want to change their ranking?
Or-
If that's changed to periodic as opposed to monthly.
No, I just think we need a visual appearance with
I think
it.
it's fine if we do it periodically.
I just think it's like anything else. If you meet with people, that you actually get stuff done. If you don't, it doesn't get done. But you're different than most people. Just work on their own.
We got some meetings will have quarterly.
My email.
And maybe a special, and every other meeting.
Now, what we can do, if you're comfortable, give us, we'll have this in your packet or your attachment on Friday afternoon of where, what the priority rankings is for each and every one. And then, if you're comfortable with that, that gives staff direction on which ones that we concentrate on. We'll still put together a schedule for you, but it'll concentrate.
So we'll schedule them all, but schedule the highest rating sooner.
Correct. I mean, some of those might be a couple years out. If they rank, you know,
And some we're doing.
last, yes, sir.
Some of these take a long time to do.
Now, at the risk of, maybe you'd want to discuss, we did not include the items that may need more information because we felt it would be difficult for you to make any decisions on ranking if you didn't know all the information about it. So some of these things, and one in particular, was discussed. So at the last meeting, and whether or not you want to deal with it.
Well, why don't we go over each one of them and throw it out in the trash can or figure out what the additional information is and give it a number.
Correct. If you would.
It's funny because I had the Excel spreadsheet where I had my numbers on my Excel, and some of these don't match up. That's okay.
We ended up not doing a lot of them. We ended up.
I had just had it saved, and I was going to try to go back and do the other, but I figured.
Well, you want to start or see?
Well,
Where you started?
the one that we talked about at our last meeting at the work
This one's
session.
yours.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just go from
Revenue
the
generated.
top and then just
Tell
roll.
us what you're looking for. Are you looking for new revenues? Are you looking at increasing existing revenues?
I'm on the budget. It says explore privatization. Which one y'all
Are there two of these?
I don't know.
I have something
I'm looking for that one
You
too.
have the one that says goals that have an impact on the budget.
I
on?
have
Items that may
that.
need more information presented. Budget, explore privatization.
See, I have revenue generated.
What page is
I
it?
have it.
Why don't you let me run copies
Oh, I have
of yours? I don't have a copy.
Which one do you want to work with? Either Commissioner
Yeah.
Roach or?
This is, you got the same one I got, Bill.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. 'Cause that's the one we used last time. So it's probably better than you got. That's one I got you.
Mine's a little
Doesn't
different.
matter.
I didn't know we had two of them out there.
All members are pleased to require to stay in their seats during the city commission meeting as to not disrupt the staff.
I'm gonna date mine. Cause you get it
I
right
saw some
there.
out of Can we review the tape to see who that was that's standing up? Could you run that back? Pull that back 3.
In case there's any
No, just kidding.
turbulence.
Just kidding. We have to do something to pass the time.
What? Can I ask a question? It doesn't take a vote.
Is it pertaining to this?
Probably not.
The reason I'm saying that is because since it's a special meeting,
You could probably
think
make
they're all
it for
passed.
time. So long you could make it for time.
We should just know about votes.
you can ask Rob if you can ask the question. He can tell you.
Well, could I ask a question? I might can tie it into Explore Parking Authority. Be close though.
To explore parking authority.
Is that up there?
You see. There's parking, I saw it somewhere.
I mean,
it
you
wasn't worded that way.
Oh, okay. Sorry then. Okay.
But it's on the list of goals and priorities. So that's on
as long as it's a commission priority or goal, you can discuss it.
Improve signage, parking.
I'll defer how we.
And it doesn't have to be on this list. I mean, if you want to say, here's another priority or goal I'd like to include.
I don't know if that's
How we.
what they meant. It's something.
Well, then you should figure it out. It's something to do,
Don't
right?
have nothing to do with this.
It doesn't have to. It can be a new goal.
It's not
Have to. Oh.
I'm back to public parks.
There's another
I gave
page,
you the
there's a
original.
third page
I
too.
think I got
You got the original.
So,
Oh, okay.
do you want me to hang on to it, or
Well, I gave you
Oh,
one, make a
still at the
copy.
bottom hand.
was it your copy?
And I think y'all are still
Original or
missing,
this one?
Tim, I think y'all are still missing the third, you're still missing the third page.
I've only got 2 pages.
Yeah, that's all I was given.
Yeah, but there's another page.
If you need that copied as well?
No, I don't need anything copied, I've got the one we need.
No, but we need to have that
There's
one.
only one thing.
It's on first,
Only one thing on the third page.
right. Community. But these are all 3 things that go along with items that may need more information for them.
Probably wouldn't be the third page.
We do.
I need to. I've got the first page.
Kim doesn't, I don't think. You got it, Kim? Okay.
Do my
We're
scan.
good.
I can look up here.
We're good. He's on first.
Did somebody borrow my pen while I was gone? I don't know.
These are always the hardest meetings to do. Okay, so go ahead, Tim.
Well, the question then is, the first item under budget is explore privatization for some services to lower and shift costs. What are you looking for there to help with ranking?
We were thinking about having somebody to help come in do the administrative side on a daily basis. Just kidding, you got it. Okay, I was just waiting to see if you pay attention. I was like, yeah.
I think we were looking for, I guess from department heads to see if there's any areas that we're doing that perhaps could be privatized and done at a lower cost.
Contractual.
And I guess get back to us anything, there may be none.
Well, I can just give you a very brief example. We're working with Chief Will White and downtown parking. So,
There's 2 on your list, actually.
we will continue to explore.
So if that was
we
a
wanna
rating,
rate-
it would be a 5.
So do we want to rate that one?
I would say so. I don't know. We have to either write it up there or
We could just tell it.
Yep.
We could add
Give me
it.
numbers. Commissioner Hedden, do you want to start? Rank 1 to 5?
On this one topic,
Yes.
privatization, I would put it at probably, if we're just trying, versus everything else, or on its own.
On its own.
So everything is standing alone on everything we vote, where I put it on a prioritizing, right? I'd probably put it at a 2 or a 3.
Which,
Commissioner Bowers?
Let's go 3, Ramona.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Explore is the key word. Explore 3.
4.
1.
I would say a 3 because it takes up staff time, and when if you have time to do it, no big deal. But
Okay. Unfunded mandates is the next one. Review unfunded mandates. Isn't
Biggest
that,
cities
isn't that
could
not
probably-
constant? Isn't that something that we're working?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that one.
Do you want
It's
to scratch it?
ongoing.
I'd scratch it and just assume that's what we're doing anyway.
Are we doing it
I
anyway?
mean, we work with,
KLC does. KLC
And they give us those updates.
Do they give us updates on the?
yes.
KLC's
I
position has
feel
been to
that's
oppose
probably-
all
What do you think,
unfunded
Rob?
mandates.
What's the question? Because I'm working on other things
I
at
know
the same
y'all
time.
are.
Sure.
That's all right. It says review unfunded mandates, state and federal. And we're figuring we're already kind of brought up to speed on that anyway, but that's something we need to do.
I would think that the department heads would notify you as well as Tim would tell you if someone has ordered us to do something without giving us money to do
KLC
it.
usually sends that, and it's going to be federal, state
It
legislature.
needs to be a goal of ours now if it's provided by somebody else.
So line through it.
Okay, scratch. Then moving on to operational, which is continue to improve customer access via the webpage and other means.
1.
1.
1.
One for me.
1.
next one will be, well,
Yeah,
I think
start
it's a
all
good
over.
idea. Next one will be Commissioner Haynes, more knowledgeable about sewers. Can I just share with you, I think we're gonna be putting Mr. Scalf's information in the update, so you're gonna have that written, and Mr. Scalf will continue to make, reports at the work sessions along with the other department heads, so,
So you put a line through it.
okay? The next one then would be assess city real estate holdings and evaluate future needs.
Do we not do that anyway? Do we?
3. 1.
I don't know what's been done in the past. I don't know how well we inventory what the city owns, but
We have to take
There is a
one.
list.
I'd give it a-
yes.
I'd give it a 1,
Okay.
just for now. Okay.
One.
One.
And then the next one is drainage projects now and ongoing. I assume that's your stormwater utility.
Neighborhood projects where people have flooding from storm runoff, or it could be sewer problem, but just
One. I'm sorry. Sorry,
Took
Mayor.
your turn.
wow.
Mayor.
I'm gonna take
Man.
it. It's okay. Yeah, it's a 1 for me too.
Thank you.
One.
One.
The 2 for me.
Two.
2. I'll change it 1. I'll go with
You
1.
can go with 1.5.
I normally go with 1, as you can see.
Moving to the community, we have Explore Fairness Ordinance.
No, I don't have that page.
You don't have that page.
Yes, you don't have this page, but this is, I'll keep track.
Okay.
Maybe you can get those.
So was yours. That's me?
I just went last.
One.
Explore, that means Rob, you would like draft something and we would like tweak it and that's fine. 2.
3.
5.
1.
Okay. Garbage tweaks, I think we completed that one.
It is
Are you
gone.
comfortable with that
Yeah.
one? Let's move to Explore Parking Authority for downtown. I don't know if that one's complete with the work we're doing with Central, but perhaps not. Parking Authority.
Well, I think we would need more information. If you're talking parking authority, are we going to cede control to a committee or a group or businesses on control of downtown, or is it looking more at privatization? I think we would need to have some more questions answered as far as what an authority is. Is it going to be a separate board, or is it stakeholders or whatever?
We'll look at privatizing versus maybe a commission or a committee or an oversight committee.
Downtown parking.
I'd say look at what the chief and them are coming up with and see what it looks like.
If I may, I don't know where parking meters come into play with this. If that's something to also explore and just think about if it's potentially something that our city wants to look at or not look at, or what kind of revenue we might be looking at, considering the cost and the space, how much time per hour.
And then as we look at privatizing things, it's one thing to privatize things because the cost becomes lower for the citizens. It's another one if we don't offset the cost of the city and we keep the same revenues, and then we charge the citizens for another thing.
Right.
So as a result, they're paying for it twice, where now they're just paying for it once.
Right.
So you could make an argument that might not be a privatization that the citizen would be for.
Right. Right.
Problematic. So I'd say we look at whatever the chief comes up with and take it from there.
So we're already doing that, right?
Yes.
Anyway, so
We are looking at it.
we're already doing that.
Grab it.
Well, I don't know, I'm just saying, is that enough for what it's in me?
Well, I guess discussions will continue on. I mean, it's already happening.
Can we just put continue on this one then, and we'll provide some information in the next couple of months? Do you want to rank looking at the downtown parking issue and trying to come up with a solution in the next several months?
If we're already doing it, that's kind of like making it so 1. Unless, I don't want to speak for everybody. But if you're already doing it, that means it's.
We're already doing it.
It's already doing
Well, you know, when the courthouse comes back downtown, parking issues are going to be a bit different than they are like right now. So that's, I guess we need to be looking now, but what's happening downtown is not what's going to be happening
Well, and
later.
you're right, and the hope is going to be it's going to be better because the parking garage will be done,
Mhm.
and there should be more parking.
Mhm.
Even giving them the 35 slots or however many it is, you should have all those other slots.
Now, with this, do we also tie in the signage with it? Because the signage is the other issue that gets put
Nobody
in
knows
it,
where anything is.
with the downtown.
I agree.
That's a good idea, instead of doing them separate.
Right, and just kind of do it at the same time and look at it and analyze, examine.
We can talk. Are you okay with that? Okay, I think we have direction.
I do like your idea of giving it one since we're already doing it, and based on what Commissioner Hidden just said, we also need to tie parking into the signage.
The signage, okay.
And I'll add signage, or we'll add signage.
Okay.
Final one is beautification.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
The final one is city beautification.
We had some questions on that, because we had that on the agenda one.
I did, it came up, and I think there was supposed to be a discussion, but I can't recall from our first, well, we didn't have it because I don't think any of us remembered what we wanted to talk about with the beautification.
I was mainly thinking what got me set off was the litter,
Oh.
the increase in litter that I kind of know. My wife noticed it first, but I will say, I'm not sure which staff folks did, but thank you all for cleaning up Stedmantown Lane, and I think we put up a new sign that says, litter prohibited, or it's a new, it looked like a new sign, but we just need to, for me it was, why is it all of a sudden everybody feel like it's okay to count bags of trash out?
This also was a discussion item at our last staff meeting. We've talked with the staff about if they observe something, do our best to address it at the time.
I think what we talked about was that, Mayor, and I think we also talked about how that the major arteries going into downtown, whether it be 127, East Main, various other arteries, Thornhill Bypass, etc., are ugly. And so as a result, perhaps there are ways through grants or creative financing or created money to figure out ways to beautify the arteries going into downtown, because really ours are bad. And that was where I was coming from with this one. I don't know where everybody else was.
And then some of those I think we talked about, I can't remember if we talked about it here, if I talked about it to your group, that the ones that are state right-of-way will have to go through the district engineer. Nobody from is there anybody from Public Works?
Has to go in front of the transportation department, doesn't it?
Because they've cut down to only 2 miles a year. Does anybody know if it's
And sometimes you don't get that.
sometimes you don't get that? Do you know if Tom's coming?
I don't know. Tom is not planning today.
Thanks to those department heads that did show up. We do appreciate you being here.
I let the department heads know this morning that if they wanted to be here, they were more than welcome. If they had other obligations, they could be on their way. So I'm assuming Tom is dealing with other obligations this afternoon.
That's the last one. So anybody else? Good question, Valerie. She had something.
Well, it's related. It's just something to throw on the table to be thinking about. I don't know if it's feasible now, probably, with the money situation the way it is, but I was driving someone, a visitor in from Atlanta, around town a few weeks ago, and as we drove down Home Street, he asked, "Is that the university up there?" Yes. He says, "Why don't you all put in a lift?" And we talked about this several years ago, a lift from the university down to the Home Street area. He said that would really help to revitalize that area. And Mayor, I think, didn't we talk about this like 5 or 6 years ago at some point, part of the Home Street Task Force? But that was a visitor from out of town making that observation, and I said, well, we actually talked about that years ago. I don't know, if that idea just got canned for a particular reason, or if it just kind of went by the wayside. But is that something, Mr. Zisoff, that we could possibly explore?
I do think with Walk Bike Frankfort that there's a walking trail that's getting put up in the back, and that we're just waiting for that to get finalized before it's
The
presented. But
railroad's problem. The problem is
The CSX.
They won't release it.
Uh-huh.
And that's
One portion.
That's the problem is CSX. And
But at least be able to get it by foot.
Yeah.
and we need somebody high up to have any chance there. Is that also correct?
That's right. We have had some communications with CSX, then they denied our request. And since they denied our request, they won't return my phone calls. So at this point, we need someone.
You know what? I know when there's vehicles parked across the train track, they call. When they call, it's like, "Where's the train track?" And guess what? Well, where's our garage people? Do we have that 1974 pickup truck that we had over there using parts on? Just saying.
What do we need to ask for, Rob?
We need to ask them to review that situation again, because the reason why they denied that is they said that if they ever needed to use that track in the future, it would be, or they said they may use the track in the future. But I think in arriving in at that decision, they ignored the fact that they would have to build probably $1 million or $2 million trestle so that they could access about 100 yards more track. And I just can't see where that would be economically feasible to do, to build a trestle that would cost a substantial amount of money just to access another 100 yards of track.
So who would be the best person to try to get them shaken up a little bit?
It might actually be the mayor.
I was going to say, I know a couple of them.
And I know I know their contact that does their lobbying work up in, I can't remember his name, I've got his telephone number and name, but he actually talked to him, and he said he would have the person at CX contact me, and it never happened. So
it used to be Mike Ruley.
Let's take that tree.
I don't think it's Mike anymore.
That's an easy thing to do.
But maybe you and I can call him one day and see if we can get that to happen.
And just for the record, I was just teasing about
putting the truck.
I didn't say put the truck on the track. I said just when it was kind of coincidental how that came out. So just for the record, that was not serious. In case they review this.
Should I scratch that off the list then?
I'll call them. We'll call them.
Okay.
That's all you have on your list.
I think there's a few other things that we can probably combine when we look at this stuff. Some of it being the work climate with the city employees. One thing I would like to see is that, I believe attitude is everything, and I really care about the people who work here. I may not get to see them every day. I may not get to talk to them all, and I don't know all of their names, but I do know the majority of their faces. But I think doing something, maybe having a breakfast, maybe something just as simple as using one of our parks, having a picnic or something, and just let them know we are here for all of them.
We used to do that.
We'll pursue it.
I think that's a great idea.
Enough said.
And we talked about that.
Yeah, summer coming up, we can either plan a breakfast or
the park thing.
And our new gazebo up on.
And really, Katie, you can, Commissioner Head, you can really combine the staff and doing their jobs and work climate for city employees. You could combine those together.
Right. Right.
Nothing will work for everybody.
But the breakfast definitely puts it out. But if you do it in the afternoon.
But if you did it like all day long, starting with the breakfast and went all through the day, different departments could come, or different. We could leave skeletal staff and they could rotate.
Yeah.
I like that. When's that gazebo thing going to be built? Where's our plan?
Something.
None of our gyms. Are you talking about at Cold Springs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that new gazebo they're going to build.
I think they're just going to start it in June. I think they're looking at end of summer, August or September.
But how many people do they say that it would be quite huge? Wouldn't it?
Well, they're going to have a lot of their employees too,
The
but
new one, Jim.
just something for our people. We can do something simple, and then
But I mean, no.
we'll
But
always
I mean,
have the gazebo.
but I mean that thing is how big. And it's big enough that we could do something like that up there.
This would be what they
When
say
it's
2 or 3
done,
times.
yeah.
They're bringing the big work.
We could do one this year before that's done, and then next year we can do it there. What else do you see we can combine?
Well, the other one would be, I think that if we could just put something together, like we want to work with quasi-governments, which would be KSU, other agencies, which, or kind of a
Maybe
regional
partnership,
collaboration,
right, yeah.
and just that we do want to work with other entities in order
Whether
to.
it's the county, the whatever.
City, if it's whoever.
Effectively collaborate with other entities.
The state, KSU.
You have regional
School systems.
collaboration, and then
Mhm.
you have partnership with KSU.
Mm-hmm.
Looks to me like they're
And then
both covered.
partnership with other agencies, and then we also have continual closely with
So
DFI,
maybe-
KDC, KCDC, and Chamber.
I believe though, if you, it might be good, Kate, or Commissioner Head, to keep them separate only because they're liable over time to kind of get lost in the shuffle of the various entities, and we'll lose track of, maybe you won't, but I might lose track of what's going on.
Well, I kind of have an in-between thing that we're gonna let the ratings happen the way they fall out. But then at the end, we can look at some, because some can be done together, because I kind of combined some.
Yeah.
That's why I said not to use my list, because I had already combined some of them already.
Yes.
Well, the two healthcare, we got managing healthcare costs, and we've got structured health plan for new hires. You could probably put that together. Over two sort of separate things, but sort of together too.
Well, what I was going to say, well, regional collaboration, when I said that, I was thinking about working with surrounding city and county governments.
Yes.
Also in terms of economic development ventures.
Yes.
And fire and police and public works type sharing, emergency management type things. So to me, it was different than when you're talking about the other agencies like tourism, chamber, economic development.
Have you all seen anything?
Yes. I do think that, well, there's some personnel policy review with staffing, head count, and then, there's the other one. I think there was another one talking about
Cross-training.
cross-training, yeah.
If you will allow us, we can group these into similar categories first.
Yeah.
We'll leave everything as you voted on, but we'll group them into personnel or health insurance or partnerships, what have you. And then if you want to
And you
refine
have the
them,
bullets under the topic, that makes sense. I want to make a quick clarification on my ratings. On what it says upgrade fleet to safe levels, that doesn't mean, I put a 5, that doesn't mean I want people driving unsafe cars.
Right.
What it means is I like to buy cars less frequently.
I knew what you meant.
Okay, so I don't want y'all to think I want people out there driving unsafe vehicles.
And when I put,
You know what I mean.
I was thinking like some of the high mileage vehicles have to be replaced differently.
My
And
car's
there's-
just one.
Right. I guess that's good. I guess the only other one if you're going to group them together, I would like for something to say, I don't know how the rest of the commissioners feel, but something like promoting a healthy community, which would be looking at building indoor recreation, continuous sidewalks, and alternative transportation issues that the city could do. If there's any grants coming up to add any with Safe Routes to School, which is one that's coming up, and that maybe those could all get put into maybe a healthy community type.
are they up
Heading.
there? I'm not sure
There is
You got the
Walk
sidewalk
issues,
issues.
walkability.
the sidewalks, walkability, and there's the
Indoor
indoor
recreation.
recreation facility.
We can put those under wellness or healthy community.
General heading.
We trust that you can do it. We'll just be waiting.
Yeah, with some time, and we'll see what we
I'll
can
be able to
arrange.
get that done by an hour.
Right, Ramona?
Sure.
How about Friday?
Whatever you want.
We'll have them in your,
It won't be in your board book, no, but it will be in your drawer.
Okay.
and or the update.
Any other comments on this? There's nothing else then.
Well,
Make a motion.
I thought, I thought that at this meeting, we were going to actually start to explore that fairness ordinance. I thought that we said that we were going to
The email went out.
do something with that here. No?
The email went
Yeah,
out.
it's a special call meeting, isn't it?
In a separate, I mean, I guess we could.
Well, I mean, it's on our
It's on
agenda,
the
though.
agenda, but I think we have to.
But we're waiting. We're gonna wait. Because when we do that, can I make a suggestion? Are you going to come back with some sort of drafted ordinance for us?
I have not been directed to, so I'm not going to at this point. No.
Okay.
Copy of the agenda.
As soon as the commission tells me that the draft.
I mean, are you wanting us, can we direct them today, or do we want to wait on that?
That's really not an issue.
I would say
today.
just send emails to the city manager if you want that to be
Emails
like
to what?
about the agenda items. That's what you want on the agenda, and you could say. In the email to the city manager that you want something on the agenda, or you don't want something, then the commission as a whole looks at.
And I could email you like some suggestions or something to
You
way
can,
to look at it.
but the way, usually what I do when I draft an ordinance is or policy is when 3 members of the commission have directed that they want such a policy or ordinance drafted, then that's when I'll draft.
Okay.
Because I know you all don't want me going on a
No.
frolic of my own drafting things, so.
A frolic?
Good word, Rob.
That's the
Is there
use
someone
legal
you
term.
wanna- Is there someone Commissioner Roach wants to bring in to talk about the?
I wanted to do the con, but I thought this wasn't appropriate
Right.
after talking to Ramona, and then I called the mayor and told him that I wouldn't bring anybody in because I guess I was wanting to have it another work session, kind of like we had at the last work session where we had a pro.
Yeah.
Kind of have a con come at the work session. So if there's 3 votes for it, I'll have somebody come at the May work session. But if y'all, however y'all want to do it.
And it'll fall out on that priority list too of how soon that needs to happen, because you're gonna have some other things that has to happen before, based on the priorities we just did.
Since it's as an agenda, as a priority list, I'm ready to move forward with a draft ordinance.
For the fairness?
For the fairness.
And I'm ready to see it too, but I'm still open to hear any cons that you think.
Well, then I'd like to have somebody come represent at the May work session, cons. And then we can take it from there.
And then it just open, and then anybody wants to speak for or against.
Well, you'll have plenty of people
I was just
come
saying,
for and
ordinance
against
on
when
yeah.
if it goes any further.
Normally what would happen is after the con information's been provided, then you all would give me direction in which, you would tell me which direction to go in drafting the language.
When is the May work session? I'll get somebody here.
13th. May 13th.
13th?
Thanks.
And it is 5 o'clock. Okay. I'm good. Somebody else? Anything?
Oh, wait, Mayor? Noticed our vote meeting is on Memorial Day. Can't do that.
In May?
Yes.
Do you automatically move or no?
We do automatically move. But we don't automatically move to another day. It's just,
Right. Discuss it.
We'll just discuss it at the work session.
Yeah.
Because we can't really discuss it.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Moved by Commissioner Roach, second by Commissioner Bowers. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of adjournment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Ayes have it, we are adjourned.